So we have our final free agent grades from sportskedia.com for the AFC North after all the free agent things went through. Now, I haven't really heard too much about this website, but they actually do have like a very much like Pro Football Network when it comes to their mock draft. So they actually had this set up like almost to a point where it's a copy and paste. Not sure if they're affiliated with Pro Football Network, but yeah, no, this is like very, very similar. So, like, for example, if I go into this, you might think that this is just Pro Football Network. And to a certain degree, it really almost is. It even has the trade factors. So they might be affiliated with Pro Football Network because this is like literally the exact same one. Actually, I think this is the exact same one. Everything about this is exactly the same. But nonetheless, though, they released today their AFC North final grades. So I want to look at this for free agency and kind of see where they're sitting at. And let's break it down. So starting off right away, they gave the Ravens a B-. And to be honest, the Ravens are a weird situation, right? Situation, whatever you want to call it. Because, well, yes, they did get Derrick Henry, who is, up there in age, right? And King Henry obviously is amazing. They also lost Gus Bus. They lost J.K. Dobbins. And I know, yes, they have Keaton Mitchell, and Keaton Mitchell is going to play a lot better in his second year than it is first year. Obviously, as long as no injuries happen, he should be okay. But then they also lost Odell Beckham, which I think is definitely going to be a loss because last year Rashad Bateman only had 500 yards because Odell Beckham was getting yards. Then you got their defense, who lost some couple players in their secondary, Rocky Sin. They also lost, I'm not sure if they brought back Arthur Mullet. I know they lost one more cornerback. They did bring back Justin Matabuke. They lost Patrick Queen, which I don't think that's that big of a loss, but definitely something. They lost Javion Clowney. They also lost their left guard and their right guard. Zeitler and Josh Simpson actually left. They traded away Morgan Moses. They still got to figure that offensive line situation out. So it's like they gained some, but then they also lost a lot. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter as long as you have Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Derrick Henry, etc. Not really, I guess, at the end of the day, but still. It's one of those situations where it's like they're still going to have to put the pieces together. Losing their defensive coordinator is a huge loss for them, so they're going to have to overcome that. I think McDonald was a really great defensive coordinator. Now, they did get Zachary Orr, who actually used to play with them way back in the day. So they did get him as their defense coordinator. He was actually a linebacker for them. He's a middle linebacker for them. So they got a replacement there. That should be interesting to see how that works out. But B-, I'd probably put B+. I think, again, getting Derrick Henry is huge. But other than that, they didn't really do anything too splash play-ish this offseason. They also lost Geno Stone, which I think is a huge loss. Cincinnati Bengals, A-. I really like what the Bengals have done this offseason, and Zach Moss replaced Joe Mixon is like a slight downgrade. I don't know if I would say it's a downgrade, in all honesty. I love Joe Mixon, I really do, but the way I look at it is they're different running backs, and they have different skill sets, right? Because Zach Moss is more of a pass-blocking running back. He's more in between the tackles, while Joe Mixon isn't really a pass-blocking at all. He's more just he catches the football, he's good at catching it and receiving back, and he's also good between the tackles. So I think for the skill sets and what we want to utilize them for, I think it's an upgrade going to Zach Moss from Joe Mixon. You also get younger, you get cheaper. There's different ways you can look at it where I don't know if I 100% agree with that. They said massive offensive tackle Trent Brown was signed to open holes for the Bengals backs. I think he was also signed just to protect Joe Burrow, because you don't protect Joe Burrow, you're never going to do anything good here. T. Higgins was franchise tagged. Yup, that's honestly at the end of the day kind of what we expected to happen. Adding veteran Mike at tight end could be a sneaky good move. I think it's going to be a good move because it will probably utilize him more in the slot, and I think that's going to help us out a crap ton. Geno Stone and Von Bell will secure the back end in the secondary that allowed the 6th most passing yards against them in 2023. Yeah, when you don't have a quarterback for half the season, it's amazing how your defense can't really do everything. But they didn't actually put on here Sheldon Rankins, the signing of Sheldon Rankins. I think that was probably the biggest signing possible. Well, sorry, that was not the best signing, but I'm saying, like, that was the biggest signing possible for our defensive line. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't want to take anything away from, I still think the best signing was Von Bell. But anyway, though, that gives us the best possible chance to replace DJ Reader and help out our defensive line and help to stop the 6th most passing against them. The 6th most passing yards against them. The way you stop that from happening is also having a good pass rush and being able to get to the quarterback. They can't pass the ball if their quarterback's on the ground. That's why Sheldon Rankins is actually a huge asset along with Geno Stone and Von Bell to help us out, right? So it all goes together. The Brownies got an A. Okay. They re-signed Zarius Smith. They also added Jerry Jeudy, which is obviously a really good, addition. Yeah, they had a weird offseason because they got over the cap where they needed to be this offseason. They did really good at doing that. And they also, again, added Jerry Jeudy, which I think is going to help them out a lot. Also added another couple running backs, which is good. Flacco did lead, but they also got Jameis Winston and Tyler Huntley. So, yeah. And the Steelers got an A. Anytime you upgrade from Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph to Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, you get a passing grade. We're sure that that's upgrading, right? We're positive, right? I do like Russell Wilson. I think he's a good quarterback. He's a little bit older, I don't think he's going to be that great. I really don't. I don't know if you're really upgrading too much from Kenny Pickett to Russell Wilson. I don't think that's an upgrade really that much at all. I don't think it's an upgrade from Mason Rudolph to Russell Wilson. I think Mason Rudolph is a lot better than people give him credit for. So I think, if anything, Mason Rudolph, and by the way, Mason Rudolph is not going. Mason Rudolph is still there. I mean, I know Kenny Pickett's going, but Mason Rudolph is still on the team. So you're not upgrading. He's technically still there. But I think Mason Rudolph, in my opinion, I think he's better than Russell Wilson. I think Kenny Pickett is very equal to Russell Wilson. And I don't think you could say that they're that much better. Justin Fields, on the other hand, I think his skill set with him having 1,400 rushing yards last year, which is crazy, I think that he gives them a different level of their offense that they can open up. I would say the Justin Fields signing, or I guess trade, is really the big thing here. I don't think the Russell Wilson signing was anything. I think that the Justin Fields opens up a future and an opportunity for them to, kind of see what they have in the guy and what he can do. So, I don't know if I completely agree with that. Getting Patrick Queen, I still think, is a nothing burger. I mean, he really was made by Roquan Smith. And even before Roquan Smith, Patrick Queen, he has potential. He really does have a lot of good potential. And, I mean, you're pairing him up now with the best linebacking core probably in the NFL. Well, not in the NFL, but a really great linebacking core in TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith. So, I mean, maybe let me not trash too much on the Patrick Queen transition over to Pittsburgh. But I will say that Russ, I cannot give Russell Wilson anything. I don't think he's that good. I really don't. And I know at first I was like, hey, he could be good, if he gets a good run game. But that's the thing. You have to have a good run game to have Russell Wilson be good. If he doesn't have a good run game and he has to pass the ball 40 times a game, Pittsburgh, you're going to be in freaking trouble as heck. While Justin Fields, if you have the same situation, I think he could be better. And I think he could be more competent / capable of winning you ball games. I really think Justin Fields should be your quarterback. I don't even think this whole Russell Wilson sweepstake crap should even happen. But, listen. You guys do you. Mike Tomlin will have you at 500. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, though. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.